he's going to bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Got it in the middle, it's Reynolds. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up using yards.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking to throw, it's Finn. Lofts one high and deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Redhawks will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. I know Bo Nix has the single-season completion record, but this guy may make a run for it if he has many more games like the last one, David.
It was crazy. I mean, it was interesting to watch, man. Just in a rhythm, not fooled, like just so confident, knew his answers to the test before the questions were even asked. And defensively, that presents a huge challenge. And Jesse, how do you want to attack him? Because something has to change after that last game we saw.
Yeah, I think one of the big keys for him having that kind of day and that kind of accuracy was his offensive line gave him a lot of time to survey the field and throw darts. So if you're on defense here, you've got to find a way to disrupt his rhythm. You've got to be able to get pressure on him. You don't necessarily have to get him to the ground and sack him, but the ball has got to come out early. You cannot let him sit back there and pick you apart.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Steps into the end zone for a touchdown.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I'll tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And he tacks on the extra point. On the run from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Guys, we'll see what this Redhawks offense can get done this time. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. He'll keep it himself. Breaks into the open.
What the
He's at the 50. Past the 30. Inside the... And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Miami.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass, it's Scott. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Just couldn't quite stay in bounds while making that grab. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll ride the hot hand. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Quarterback gets the first down. There he goes. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Flushed out of the pocket. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
What a great play by the defense. Listen, that's why he plays defense. Yes, I get it. I get the jokes. Defensive guys can't catch real well.
Yes.
But the offense, they caught a big-time break right there. That could have been disaster on their side of the field. Could have been a big turnover that led to points.
Personal foul. Roughing kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. They'll go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
With the catch, it's Moore. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting his defense on alert early.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Trying to ball his way in. Bounces into the end zone for a touchdown.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They have got to shore up their play in the back half.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Miami, Ohio has it back. The Red Hawks offense heads to the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Finds his man. It's Reynolds. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
The Red Hawks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And the Red Hawks will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. It's Scott. Quickly complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job on the defense. Seeing the running back. Don't let that dude who's super fast, elusive, catch the ball in space. Nice job staying glued to him. As soon as he caught that puppy, he got drilled.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And he misses. How about that, man? Like, it seems like everything he's thrown so far has worked, especially down here. He's already got 2 touchdown passes against this defense. So, guys, I'm kind of surprised.
Bounces and squirms his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Ohio State is running away with things, and I'm not sure even Bucky saw this coming today from this offense. They're up 14 over South Alabama. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Miami, Ohio offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think
He holds one deep down the left side. Makes a grab on the shot. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Redhawks. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Looking downfield, it's Scott. Fires left. Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Slithers into space. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Moore. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after
offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays, the quarterback and his unit is executing, and this...
Turning it on! Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. Man, how about the first half this guy's having? He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up a huge first down right here. On defense, you're going to have to find a way to control this guy. You're going to have to make some big-time adjustments at halftime.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Power football with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Looking downfield, it's Scott. Got it! He's got it and just sashays into the end zone for the touchdown. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond? You've been hitting the mouth early in this football game. Got to find something positive quick.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Guys, we'll see what this Redhawks offense can get done this time. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions.
Lost one deep down the
Better
right side.
not let him catch that.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
Unloads to the wideout.
You guys.
Got it in the middle. It's Williamson. He'll get a fresh set it down. Stopped at the 31-yard line. The Redhawks will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Williamson. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Dropping back, it's Finn. Gets it out quickly.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. That's caught. It's Tracy. I know you want to stretch the field horizontally, but working a little vertical in wouldn't hurt either.
No, it wouldn't. You got to be able to work with some space. There's an entire field that we got to attack on offense right now. That was just way too much work for little gain.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. And the Redhawks started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Caught over the middle. It's
Where are you
Reynolds.
guys?
Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
I love when my wide receiver sees the coverage, sits it down, understands its zone, runs the curl, catches the ball, and then gets upfield.
Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Grabs over the middle. It's Morris. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. Offense, quick tempo. Dropping back, it's Scott. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target. And then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
This time he's got his man. Defense uses the sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. Third and short from the 49 is this 4-down territory. They'll try to get it through the air. Got his man. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, he's been Mr. Dependable early in this game. The first 5 attempts, all complete. Finally, the defense able to force an incompletion when they throw his way. This guy's route running his hands. It's a matchup problem, but the defense finally has something good happening.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. Smashes in between the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Allegiant Stadium.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, better look out! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And that is why this guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards passing. And how about his running ability now? And flashing that on the option play. There's a variety of ways he can take the game over, and the defense is figuring that out fast.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
It's complete on the right side. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The run from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Scanning the field, it's Scott. Takes the grab on the left. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside and out wide receiver. You get in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Converts on 4th down, still going. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Wants to throw it. Gets it out fast. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing 1st and goal. From the gun. Back's looking for the goal line. And it's a touchdown. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
He'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Miami, Ohio has it back. The Redhawks offense heads to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Finn. He's got the back in the middle.
What?
Gets away from one, finds room. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. And the Redhawks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Trying play action. Pocket breaking down.
Yes.
And the ball comes Thank you. Disastrous play.
Let's go.
Oh, the fumble and the defense got it. Touchdown.
Let's go.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you. They knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping two hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Utah State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Aggies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Louisiana Tech. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Looking to throw, it's Finn. Throws for the tight end.
Where are you guys?
Straight downfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Looking to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Williamson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Now the play fake. Quickly complete.
What is happening?
Brings into the open. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Just keep slinging it. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
He'll do it himself.
God damn it.
Touchdown, Redhawks. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just gravy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Leaves it with the back. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the 1st down. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Offense getting set for 1st down. He'll pull it on the read. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Back to throw, it's Scott. Got his man quickly. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Backed up now, here's second and long. Handoff from the gun. Fights off the defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
Trying to keep this drive alive. Got a little space. There he goes. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. The give out of the gun. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. Lets it fly. And he's got it in the end zone.
Loving what I'm seeing from this offense this week. And talking to them, they felt like last week's win was a lot closer than what it should have been. They didn't play to their full potential, but they did that here in this game. When they're hitting on all cylinders, they are scared.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Miami, Ohio offense returns to the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Grabbed behind the line, it's Tracy. On the move at the 30. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Back to throw, it's Finn. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Snagged in the middle. It's Williamson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Oh, shit.
The Red Hawks are flying down the field. To the air on 1st down. Great catch along the sidelines, but the object is to go forward.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Wants to throw again. Under fire. He'll pull it down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And because of the success that this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Designed runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They'll rip off 8 on that play in 2nd and 2.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gain.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the 1st down and get the sticks moving.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Morris. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Right back to him on the ground. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. And here comes the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Snags it quickly on the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. Looking for a man. It's Finn. Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Got a man. It's Williamson. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. They just keep throwing him the ball, this time on the slant.
No doubt. And you've seen it with the slant. You've seen other routes. Every route he's running, he's good. He seems to be open. So I'm going to continue to pick at this matchup every chance I get.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Red Hawks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And man, as is that just indictment of the day? Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things.
He's going to throw deep right side.
The
And
shit
they
out of
can't
here.
hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Red Hawks will try to pin them back with the punt. No fair catches here, looking for room. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Hand off from the shotgun. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to run for it. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
From the 22 on 1st and 10.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
Looking to pass. It's Scott. Right on the money. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. And while they could run victory formation, you also have to think about padding those stats. He splits the uprights, and that lead grows even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we're looking pretty good.
strong kick to get this one underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Makes the catch. It's Moore. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Holding. Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Offense gets set for second down. Quarterback making checks. Back to pass, it's Scott. Punts it out of the air. Pulled down for the tackle.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grabbed in the middle. It's Richmond. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard. Before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
And how about the confidence of this quarterback? Palmer, I got to know, man. I know this receiver's a stud, but I'm putting two guys on. I'm trying to take him out of the ball game, and he's still going to throw it that direction?
Because even when he's covered, he's open. And these guys work tirelessly all week long. They understand where they're going to be. They understand when the football's coming out. You could put a third guy over there, and I don't know if that would have changed the quarterback's decision. I think he was still going to his big playmaker on the perimeter.
Got a man. It's Moore. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quick strike complete. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups.
Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Scott. Safe completion on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
That's the last thing this defense needed, a penalty to keep the drive moving. It's 1st and 10. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Got it in the middle, it's Moore. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
A little screen to the running back.
Really
They've got
well.
him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. I mean, they got nothing on the last snap. Let's see if they try to throw it in on third and goal from the 1. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Well, he won't have any problem with the distance, but the angle could be a different story from the left. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Notre Dame's offense will take the field for the first time. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he's making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. This offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number 1.
Makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Let's go.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. To throw, it's Carr. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. The play action fake. Finds the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. They make the stop, and he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23. The Irish come to the line, facing second and short. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Hello.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. This crowd knows when to bring it. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. And that one is picked up in the end zone. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the penalty. Pleased with the results of that last play.
Let's go.
Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And they didn't pick up any extra room to operate, but they at least got it back to the original line of scrimmage. Now 2nd and 10 from their own 1, and they need just a little space if they can find it. Standing in his own end zone looking to throw. He's got the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. They'll try to run for it. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the right. Find some fresh air. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Scott. It's complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Ross. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive turning it on. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Hauls it in. At the 35, he's got room. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. 2nd down coming up. He'll keep it himself. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles and got him on the ground.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Yeah, he was able to make one guy miss, but he had to make 2 in order to pick up that first down. It was a nice individual effort, just not enough.
On 4th down, going to the air. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. This is turning into a death march for this defense. the gun. He leaves it with the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
You got to be impressed with this offense and how they've been able to run the football and move it down the field, just being more physical in the trenches and getting some push. And leading by 3 right now down here in the red zone on 3rd down. I'm not so sure they won't run it again or give it to their running back in space and see if he can make something good happen.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, I do not want a guy that will dance. I want square shoulders to the line of scrimmage, take the snap, secure the football, play physical, and fall forward. Nice job by that running back getting the first down.
This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. And into the end zone for a touchdown.
And they pay off the drive with a touchdown run, but what a drive. Almost the full length of the field, 98 yards. That's how you put a drive together when you're backed up on your own 2-yard line and get 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
This is shit I'm talking about.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Looking for a man. It's Carr. That's caught. It's locked. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Wants to throw on 3rd. Got his man on the right. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. Wants to keep it in the air. Makes the grab. It's locked. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Throwing right. Got him downfield. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Looking for room. It's Bob. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his big tight end. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And finally the offense strikes, man. Puts a drive together, gets points right at the end of the 1st half. Kudos to their defense keeping them in it. Now you got some momentum. Figure some things out at halftime. Right back in this ballgame.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fella on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
The offense will have to use its 1st time out of the half. Looking at a 2nd and short now. To the air, it's Scott. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the
this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Morris. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Trying to beat the D deep. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas.
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. On the move from inside is 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Working on the right. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Notre Dame
Let's go.
lining up to punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Let's see what he can do with it. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. And now this offense will take the field again. Wants to throw. It's Scott. Fires to the tight end. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's first down. Out of the gun, the inside give.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback is to use his speed and try to attack the perimeter of the field. The defense, though, not having any of it. You saw the contain on the play, forcing him back in the middle of the field, and they were able to corral him for a huge loss.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down to try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Off play action. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Back to throw, it's Carr. Gets rid of it. The short hands, it's Fields. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. first down. He lost one down the
Yes.
sideline. And it's incomplete.
Let's go, boys.
Downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
Oh, boys.
Here's the handoff. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Fighting off the defender.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
And big-time play by this defensive line. Sitting the line of scrimmage, getting the stop, forcing the 4th down now. I think I got a pretty good idea, Palmer, that, well, if you're calling plays, if I'm calling plays, well, really, if anybody's calling plays, I'm thinking green light.
Yeah, so let's see if the defense...
Makes the grab, ready for the 1st down.
Oh.
Into the end zone for a touchdown. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner will be knocked down. Here come the Irish back on offense. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the 1st half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Once he got some room, it was over. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. The give to the tailback. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clogged.
And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. On target to the left. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. 1st and 10 as the clock winds under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. The give on the option. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. go back to the run here on third down. To the air, it's Scott. Here's the pressure. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play,
Breaks into the open. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Wants to go up top on first down. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got an open man. And they'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about.
Why not, right?
So they see the potential tying score wiped out by the penalty, and now time is starting to be against them. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed? That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Inside the 15, first and 10 from the 14. From the shotgun, the inside give. He's in for the score. Touchdown.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the two-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
He'll sneak it. Picks up the first down.
And, David, on third and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back into 16. Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Under fire. And he feels the heat coming in.
Crazy now.
Another sack.
Man, I love being an edge player late in the ball game. You got the lead. You know defense, they got to throw the football and get back in it. Flying off the edge. They can't block him. They can't stop him, and he gets the sack.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
I love the vision on the quarterback by this defense. Dude, you know that ball's going to come out pretty quick. Down here on the goal-to-go situation, they break on the football, and they make sure they swat it down so the offensive guy can't make a play.
It's broken up and almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Here come the Irish back on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Back to pass, it's Carr. Turns it loose deep. He's got it on the right. Finds some, continues to fight for yards.
What the
He's
fuck?
at the tag. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Might be calling a hot route. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Using his feet to buy time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Pressure coming. Makes the grab. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the give to the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
He'll be tackled at the 49 after a pickup of 5.
And nice job on 2nd down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the 1st down.
They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive, now out close to midfield. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Leaves it with the back. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. There he goes. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, first down. The give to the back. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. They're going to ride this running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's Scott. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, great job making the tackle there. Now setting up 3rd down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give them field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Good right down the boulevard. Are forced to settle for 3.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Looking to throw on 1st down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. Rush is on him. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
I think at this time, you just have to throw caution to the wind. You're down by a lot. You're deep in your own end late, so you're just going to be throwing it. The defense knows it. They're pinning their ears back. You're going to have to get rid of it early. Someone is going to have to step up and make a play, and that's going to happen a couple of different times if you're going to win this game.
It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Bring in the heat.
Let's go.
And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on
Good
this.
job, boys.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports.